Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. As we hang about for the latest update and more content, it gives you time to go out and do something that you wouldn't normally do. So time to have a little bit of fun with Elite Dangerous. How did I get here? What on earth is going on? Why am I hassling these Thargoids? Well, I've been looting abandoned bases. Let's take a look. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really know what I was thinking or what I was hoping to achieve by going to one of these bases. I managed to get in without the Thargoids seeing me, but it wasn't too long before they turned up and really spoiled my day. So let's take a look of what happened. So here I am on approach to the planet surface. I've picked a system in Thargoid operated space, Najana. Lots of bases here as well. Quite close to the drop-in point, which some of the other systems in this area do have a little bit of a problem with that, like 340,000 light seconds away. I think you don't need that, do you? As soon as I dropped in, it wasn't too long before I was interdicted, and the Thargoids were onto me. Fortunately, this was the only time I was interdicted. Now, if you're carrying fruity cargo, more than likely you're going to get interdicted a little bit more. But for me, no dramas. I picked a suitable base and I was soon on my way to the planet. Now, got me DBX, it's me jumping ship, my exploration ship. It's not going to stand up in a Thargoid engagement. We all know this. There's the metallurgical site. I'm going to go down there and loot the hell out of, if I can. And you just got to marvel at the graphics of this game. And hopefully they're only going to get better with future updates. So, let's see what happens on base. So here I am on approach to Maya Metallurgic Complex. So far the base is in darkness, even though the sun seems to be out, which is ironic really. Just imagine how spooky these bases would be in the dark with Thargoids running around. No such luck, because on-foot Thargoids are not in the game at the moment. So here we go then, into the SRV, because I kind of think, you know, the game is going to throw me a curveball in the shape of the Thargoids. Right, let's rumble off. I need some E-breaches and I want a power regulator because I want to farm everything I possibly can inside this base. Okay, so here I am at the base main arch and entrance. I think we'll leave the SRV here. Make sure we've got our Maverick suit on because I've been doing combat. That gives me the cutter and all the rest of it. I need to go to storage, so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Little bit of storage. I need E-breaches. And I'll also need that power regulator to turn the power back on. Okay, here we go. Transfer in. Here's my E-breaches. I'll have 2 of those. Thank you very much. Confirm that transfer. And then back in, we need to get ourselves over to goods. All the way down the bottom. Give me a power regulator, please. Thank you very much. Fortunately, I've got quite a few of those. Right, let's dump the car where it is and get in. Get the power turned on. So straight away, look at that. We've got the Thargoids. They've turned up, everybody. You've got that horrible rent in space. Excellent sound when this happens. They turn up and they're not going anywhere. Unfortunately now, for us, this means I can't call in an Apex because that's not the way to go. And if I call in my ship, well, my ship's going to catch me unawares and they will destroy it. So time to get rid of the ship, and the ship is on its way. It's off. So far so good. It hasn't been destroyed. But the Thargoids are having a good old go of it. So there you go. That interceptor is chasing my little DBX out the way. Let's get in this base. So standard fare. Cut your way in. Get in there. Loot the hell out of things. That's the way to do it. All that data. Now, when you go into a base like this, you're going to have to use E-breaches. E-breaches will give you a way of bypassing the security. And there's a couple of things you can do. depending on the layout of the base. I wasn't familiar with this base layout, unfortunately. So I thought, right, let's get in here, turn the power on. So straight in, there's the housing for the power regulator. Pop it in there, confirm your items. Over to the console. Right, well, I haven't got any access, so I've got to use an e-breach here to hack into this console, which will allow me to turn the power on. But as we know, it's not all about just turning the power on. I have to then get myself access to turn it on. You do that with the e-breach. Power goes on. But then what about all the other systems? Well, downloading data from panels, not a big thing, is it? If you look at the sky, scouts have now taken position on top of the base, which is all heavy stuff. Getting data is not going to be a problem, but really, I want access to the rest of the base. But you can get some decent data. Perhaps evacuation protocols may be the way to go here. So my plan is once I've done whatever's going on here, get myself over to the command center, turn off authorization access with an e-breach, and then loot the rest of the base. It's quite as simple as that, really. I mean, a lot of these items I don't really need or want. Some cupboards are already empty. You may be lucky and get some of the schematics that you want, like manufacturing material, manufacturing schematics, or weapons or suit schematics. For me, though, I'm out of luck. Looking out the window, those Thargoids are not going away. You can just about make out that scout floating off in the distance, and you can hear the Thargoids above the base. Now, I've turned the power on, which means all the defences have come on. But they're not shooting the Thargoids. That could be a bit of an omission from Frontier. Might as well get in there, turn the base on. Let's get cracking. Let's get round the corner, now we've got the power on. Get ourselves into the command centre. There it is. You can tell it's the command centre. It's got a big commanding dish on top of it. Now again, we're going to have to cut our way in. So, I've used one of my e-breaches. The SRV will be round the corner. Hopefully I can get to that without attracting too much attention from the Thargoids. Because it's got all my e-breaches in it. There's the SRV. Cool. Manage that inventory. E-breach, please, my good man. Thank you very much. I won't need more than 2. Get ourselves back over into the command center. Turn off authorization, which should be in the security section. Job done. Nice and easy. And it's boot away like you normally would. The only difference is that it's going to be very difficult, if not nigh on impossible, as you've seen from the clip at the beginning of this video, to get out. Not going to be totally impossible, and I've seen people who have done it. But this video here is a bit like Titanic. You know what's going to happen before I get to the end. Right, we've cut our way in. Alternate fire. There you go. Boom, we're in. We're going to cut our way in. Of course, no shields are needed here on the suit at the time being, so we're running nice and lean. There you go. Hacked our way in. Into the doors. Right, there's authorization scans. Can't do anything with it because we haven't got the access, as you know. Pressing the F key. There you go. It engages the e-breach. It goes crazy bonkers. While it's doing that, let's get the propaganda and assault plans. All good data to have. Hack into some of the cupboards. Anything that I want. Personal documents and the whatnot. It's good looting if you are a new commander. The problem is getting out, and an Apex will not come and pick you up. So, now, all that's been sorted. It's great. I can now go around the base, unhindered by my access. What it won't allow me to do, though, is to go to panels and turn them off. Not that I would turn any of this off anyway, but you can still, like I say, download data. Nice and easy. And from here, basically, you know the rest. So I've sped up the remainder of this video just to make life just that little bit easier. Because just seeing someone run around a base and pick up stuff is not conducive viewing for anybody, really. The Thargoids have not gone away. They're still outside. But I am getting valuable data, valuable materials, and what have you. So far, they have not shot my SRV, which is good, seeing as it's parked there with all the lights on, powered up. Interesting enough, when the Thargoids turned up, my ship was landed. They didn't shut it down. It was able to be dismissed and run off. So that was great. I saved the ship. Problem is now I'm out, and now I've done all this, how am I going to get away from the Thargoids? That, in essence, is going to be the problem. That's going to be the real problem, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm not here with anybody, I'm here on my lonesome. My Jack Jones, as they say. So when you think about that, it's going to be quite the task to undertake. So anyway, as a futile gesture, I'm picking up all the materials. Thargoids are still out the window. And here I am. Right, well, that's fantastic. One last building to clear, just to be a completist. I didn't find anything that I really wanted. Got some good data, mind you. So that was okay. And I managed to get to my SRV, as we know. So theoretically, those materials are uploaded. Nothing's wasted, so I managed to get the materials from the base. And I managed to get the data from the base into my SRV, so none of that's been lost. And now I'm here. Yes, I could have gone and got my power regulator. As I mentioned, Apex will not come in to this type of zone. So no matter what you do, right, you're stuck. My plan was to get an Apex to fly in to distract them to bring the ship in. But oh no. But then, this is where we picked up the video at the beginning of whatever just happened here. Thargoids flying around in the sky behind me. It is daytime, which is ironic in these types of scenarios. My little SRV is ploughing away like nobody's business. They seem to be keeping their distance. All that seems to be fine. Here we go. I've parked up. I've called the ship in. We don't know where the ship is going to be coming from. Oh, look, here it is. Look, everyone's having a bit of a pop at this. No surprise there. There's my little DBX. It's not going to last. Yes, folks. Goodbye, ship. With that, nothing else left to do, really, other than run away. Pointless fighting the things. You're not going to be able to fight them. You can't get an Apex. You can rely on one of your friends. They're daft enough to come in and try a pickup in a suitably armed ship. But like I say, I'm playing solo. So really, I'm stuffed. Anyway, not to worry. And then we pick up this video as I started, with me running for my life and getting destroyed. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video and some of the graphics that you might not be aware of what happens when you try and raid a base in Thargoid occupied territory that's been abandoned. I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.